Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your boy T-Man repping Turn 1 Gaming, and today we got the updated Red Dragon Archfiend deck profile from the Journey. If you haven't checked those videos out, check them out whenever you get a chance so you can see the progression of the deck. Let's get straight into the deck profile. Alright guys, 40 card main deck, 50 card extra deck. Let's start off with the main deck. Alright guys, starting off the deck profile, 3 Soul Resonator. This is our 1.5 card combo. You have to play 3, cannot play less. That's the only Resonator we played 3 of. Everything else is a 1 of. 1 Vision Resonator, 1 Crimson Resonator, 1 Red Resonator, and then of course 1 Synchron Resonator. I don't feel like we need multiples of any of these cards, especially not with this build. The only thing I might consider bumping up to 2 would be the Vision, but other than that, 1 is fine for now. Then moving on to the level 4s, we play 3 Bone Archfiend, the best extender in our deck. Can send any card from the field or a card from our hand to summon itself, and of course it does the level modulation as well. Then the 1 of, we play the 1 Wandering King, just in case we draw the Bone Archfiend and our Soul Resonator resolves. This is a free search and a free pitch basically for Bone Archfiend, giving us follow-up as well. Still going on with the Resonator engine, 3 Crimson Gaia. This card is the true 1 card combo. I guess I can show you guys at the end of the video. This card can search from deck or graveyard, so remember that if you're under draw, you can still add from the graveyard any card that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend in its text. Also, the effect to Book of Moon in the battle phase comes up so much. And then of course we played 3 of our Rhodas, Resonator Call, and then getting down to our 1 of Absolute Power Force. I haven't had the chance to actually fully test this card just because it hasn't come up just yet. I'm leaving it in the deck because the theory is that it helps you OTK without having to commit to so much. Then the 1 of Red Zone, I really think this card is the only one worth running. All right, now that's all the Resonator stuff from the deck. Moving on to the, I guess, the non-engine or the other engine, which is the Bestial engine for us. 2 Bestial Lubellion, really like it at 2. Then we play 3 Soranir because it gives us access to Lubellion and all of our Bestial engines, stuff like that. And honestly, it was the easiest one to get. Everybody has these right now. The other Bestials are the ones that nobody has, but we did manage to get a Magnamut, and we still do have that Baldrake. And then of course the Spell and Trap, Regained, and Beast. This card does come up a lot. If we can get to both of them, it's better, but if you can only get to 1, Regain is almost the better option. There are a lot of times where I always forget to activate Branded Beast in the end phase, and that's just my fault. Now we're gonna get into the hand traps. 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, very generic, very good card, hits almost every deck. Ghost Spell in the Haunted Mansion. This card could be something else, but as far as hand traps right now, is the only one of the only options I have. But it does come up in certain matchups, so that there's that. And then of course, like Veiler, another very generic hand trap, right? And then the last 3 non-engine cards are Book of Moon. I was experimenting with Book of Eclipse for a while. Book of Moon is actually just better, and it doesn't lose to your opponent having Ash. Let's get into the extra deck, and honestly the extra deck hasn't changed. Well, that's not true. At least I don't think it's true. But still playing Red Rising, 3 of, have to play 3. This card's not once per turn. Revive a Resonator from the graveyard. We belt the Blade Dragon. This is our Synchro 7. This card does come up, especially when you get stopped. 3 Red Dragon Archfiend. I still like 3. At some point I might drop it down to 2, but as for right now, 3 is okay. This card paired with the Crimson Gaia is just insane. You Book of Moon everything, attack, and then at the end of damage calculation, you pop all the defense position monsters on the field, which is essentially a board wipe for the most part. 2 Scarred Dragon Archfiend. This card floats into Red Dragon Archfiend, and its name becomes Red Dragon Archfiend while in the field or in the graveyard. Of course, 1 Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. It comes up for time, or if you just need a clear board, things like that. Moving on to the Synchro 9s, we play Hot Red Dragon Abyss, essentially an Omni Negate, but it has to target a card on the field. And then moving on to our Synchro 10s, Hot Red Archfiend Bane. One of these will become a Disbatter as soon as I get one, but as for right now, we're just playing these 2 level 10s. And then our only Synchro 12 that we're playing is Red Supernova Dragon. It doesn't come up every game, but when you know your matchup, like game 2 and 3, this card is great when it's played into a certain matchup. Okay, so that's the extra deck. Let's move on to the side deck. Book of Eclipse, I moved it to the side, and then 3 Dark Ruler No More against those combo heavy decks, and then some back row removal. We played 2 Cosmic, and then the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. And our going first cards are Dimensional Barrier, still a great card this format. Solemn Warning, I mean, it's the only solemn card we have access to. All right, y'all, I'm gonna show you guys the true 1 card combo that I mentioned earlier. and that is gonna be with Crimson Gaia. This card is the true 1-card combo. There are other ways to do this combo. Starting off your turn, you activate Crimson Gaia, ignition effect, use the effect to search for a card that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend in its text, which would be Soul Resonator, and then you go ahead and you normal summon the Soul Resonator, activating the effect to search a level 4 lower fiend monster from your deck to your hand, adding the Bone Archfiend from your deck to your hand, then activating the effect of Bone Archfiend, you send the Gaia. You do lose your follow-up for the next turn, but this is a true 1-card combo. So you send the Crimson Gaia to the graveyard to summon himself, then you go effect targeting the Soul Resonator to Foolish, and then adjust the level. There's only one card you usually Foolish off of this, and that is Crimson Resonator, and then you're going to go ahead and lower the level of Soul Resonator, making it a level 2 tuner with a level 4 non-tuner. Gonna go for a Synchro 6 Red Rising Dragon, and then activating the effect on summon, targeting the Crimson Resonator to special summon it. And then now that you control Red Resonator and 1 Dark Dragon Synchro monster on your field, you can activate the effect of Crimson Resonator to summon up to 2 Resonator monsters from your deck. And I always go with Vision Resonator and Synchron Resonator. You use these two to synchro into your level 8, which is your Scarred Dragon Archfiend, and then on resolution you trigger the effect of Vision Resonator to search the trap. Remember, this is the true 1-card combo, so you search the trap in this scenario. If you already have the trap, you just search another Crimson Gaia and you're good to go for your follow-up. But in this scenario, that's not what we're doing. And then you're gonna Synchro 9 using a Dark Dragon Synchro and a level 1 to make your Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Now you're gonna go Chainlink 1 Synchron Resonator targeting the Vision Resonator, and then Chainlink 2 Scar Red, which is gonna synchro summon the Red Dragon Archfiend from the extra deck, and then you're gonna add the Vision Resonator to your hand. Then of course you're gonna special summon the Vision Resonator because you have not used that effect from the hand. You're gonna make a Synchro 10. Now if you wanted to, you can keep this in the hand for follow-up for the next turn. It's really up to you. Synchro 10 into Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane, and then you can go effect tribute targeting the Scarred Archfiend so that you have that floating effect, and of course the protection from Soul Resonator. If you had additional extenders, and of course if we had Dispatter, this card would probably be Dispatter instead of Archfiend Bane. Alright guys, that's it for the deck profile. Let me know what you guys think down below, any cards that you would suggest to go into the deck. But either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave the notification bells on. You don't want to miss any more of my content.